here's a rant that my colleague John sent me from the Ben Shapiro show. He's apparently flipping out about something related to Elmo. I haven't seen this. Let's check it out.
Children's TV, it used to be sort of an innocent place. You could put your kids in front of the TV, not have to worry that they were going to imbibe trans ideology or vax for children propaganda. Well, no longer, because the left has discovered that it really, really likes indoctrinating kids and whatever their preferred policies of the day are. We have two excellent examples for you today. So example number one, apparently Sesame Street is now pushing kids to vax. They're doing this by...
Wait a second. Is he now calling his thing the bonus hour?
Oh, the bonus show where you want to make money, but everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
Is that now the bonus hour? What? Wait a second. That sounds a little weird to me. I don't know. We're going to have to look into that. Anyway, let's continue.
By having Elmo's dad explain to Elmo that a vaccine for COVID is a great idea. Now, listen, I vaxxed my kids for MMR. I'm a big advocate of that because these are childhood diseases that can be eradicated nationwide only by giving kids the vaccines. COVID is a very different story. It is a disease that proportionately basically does not affect kids. It is a disease where kids get it, but they don't die from it. Just as a general number, the number of kids who have died from this is way lower than the number of kids who die every year from pneumonia in the same period. If you're talking about who the disease affects, the answer is people who are really old. Plus, the vaccines do not prevent transmission. So there's that. So why would it be necessary for children to get the vaccine? But the left has decided that everyone must have the vaccine as a sign of faith, in science. You must take your 2-year-old and jack him full of a vax that has not had any longitudinal
jack him or jill him, jeez.
Testing. And you must do this to prevent a risk that does not really exist for your 2-year-old. You must do it. And now Sesame Street is going to preach to you by having Elmo get the shot. So here's Elmo talking to his dad. By the way, I did not know that
jacking kids full of vaccine. It's very strange language, guys.
Elmo's dad apparently has a soul patch and really likes listening to Green Day or something. I don't know what Elmo's dad's story is, but
I like Green Day, actually.
He really needs to clean up if he wishes to ever become a bank executive. Here we go.
Now Daddy has super duper bandages just like Elmo.
You were super duper today, getting your COVID vaccine, Elmo.
Yeah, there was a little pinch, but it was okay. Elmo was really glad to have Daddy and
You know, I haven't seen Sesame Street in probably 25 years. This is not Elmo's voice that I remember. Is it like a different voice actor now doing Elmo? It sounds completely different to me.
Baby David there with him. Baby David, where are you?
I had a lot of questions about Elmo getting the COVID vaccine. Was it safe? Was it the right decision? I talked to our pediatrician so I could make the right choice. I learned that Elmo getting vaccinated is the best way to keep himself, our friends, neighbors, and everyone else healthy and enjoying the things they love.
Oh, Daddy, Elmo and Baby David have a question. Can we have a hug?
Oh, come here, son.
Elmo loves you, Daddy.
I love you, too.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
I mean, no, it isn't. You literally just said that you should just go get your kids vaccinated. Elmo's like, hey, Daddy, look, I have a Band-Aid and just like you. But am I hurt? Oh, America! Oh, no.
Guys, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can keep going. We're halfway through the clip, but I think I've got to bail. Man, I'll try 30 more seconds, I guess.
See, the good news for Elmo is that Elmo is a stuffed animal. So he actually is not vulnerable to side effects from the vaccine at all. So really, Elmo shouldn't have been worried about this at all. But it's always fun when you see your public dollars spent on behalf of a profitable corporation like Sesame Street in order to push forward propaganda about how small children need vaccines. In order to prevent, it's a way to keep the neighborhood safe. How? It doesn't.
This is, one of the things that I don't really watch Ben Shapiro content, but one of the things that I kind of always thought was it's very entertaining and like compelling. So I understand why it pulls people in. This is pretty boring and lame, actually, isn't it? Like, am I just desensitized to it? But this isn't even that like, I don't agree with the things he's saying, but it's also just kind of like, I don't even care. Am I misreading it? It's just like, is this that interesting? Yeah, it's boring and pointless. All right, let's move on. Let's get the hell out of here. Let me thank some people first before we move on. Thanks to Griff Wire and F York M for the Twitch Prime subscriptions, putting us at 37. Ali, or is it Ali or Ali? Prugar just made a Patreon pledge. Those count double, so that puts us at 39. Also want to say thanks to Terry Schwerin, who just gifted a subscription, and Juan just gifted a subscription, putting us at 41. As I mentioned earlier, if we get to 100, we will lock in another stream for the week. Sinsu says via Super Chat, the ideal setting for raising kids has nothing to do with the gender of the parents or the number of parents. The ideal is a living, mature, stable, financially adequate home. Well said, Sinsu. Appreciate that. Who's more painful to listen to, Shapiro or Peterson? Damn, that's tough. That's tough. I think Peterson's more annoying in that he'll use 100 words where 5 would get the message across. And that's just kind of, it's pedantic in a sense. Shapiro probably says crazier things to a degree, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one.